Throughout the Old and New Testaments, a heavenly ledger called the Book of Life identifies those who belong to God. To have a name recorded in this book is to be a citizen of a divine kingdom. To be absent from it signifies eternal death. While much of the Bible focuses on God's mercy and patience, several passages contain a specific warning. These verses describe a process where a name, once written, is permanently removed. This process is called blotting out. It is a final act of judgment where an individual is scrubbed from the record, effectively erasing their part in the future kingdom. This raises a specific question about the nature of divine justice. We have to look at what specific behavior causes a merciful creator to remove a human soul from the record of life. One figure in the book of Genesis serves as a case study for this erasure. His name was Ur. Ur was the firstborn son of Judah. This position made him the primary heir to the covenant God made with Abraham, a lineage intended to produce the future leaders of Israel. The biblical account of his life is 7 words long. He was wicked, and God put him to death. The text records no warning, no trial, and no opportunity for the family to intercede. By examining the context of Ur's sudden removal, we can see how the heavenly ledger actually functions in practice. This ancient cuneiform tablet mirrors literal registers used by cities in the ancient Near East. When a citizen committed a capital crime, administrators would scrape the clay to remove their name, stripping their identity and right to live among the people. Biblical writers used this bureaucratic reality as a metaphor for divine judgment. They framed God as a judge who manages a similar register for the inhabitants of his kingdom. Ur was born into the family chosen to lead this kingdom, but his father, Judah, had moved away from his brothers to live among the Canaanites. He married a Canaanite woman, exposing his children to a culture that directly opposed his family's laws. Ur inherited a religious birthright in an environment of cultural compromise, setting the stage for his refusal to follow his family's mandate. Genesis 38 summarizes Ur's life with a final verdict. Ur, Judah's firstborn, was wicked in the sight of the Lord, and the Lord slew him. Though the Bible is brief, historical theories suggest his wickedness was rooted in personal greed. He married a woman named Tamar, but refused to father a child with her. Traditional commentaries suggest he did this to ensure his own share of the inheritance remained undiluted by a future heir. This was a deliberate choice to halt the messianic bloodline. By refusing to continue the lineage, Ur used his status as firstborn to sabotage the promise his family was supposed to protect. Because Ur worked against the divine plan he was born to serve, he was blotted out. His physical death was the earthly execution of a heavenly erasure. His death broke the expected line of succession. The removal of the firstborn heir created a gap in the genealogy that threatened the continuation of the covenant. His brother, Onan, was given the same responsibility and repeated the same selfish crime. He too was removed by a direct act of divine judgment. With the male heirs dead, the lineage was saved by Tamar. She executed a plan to ensure she conceived a child by Judah himself, forcing the family to fulfill the duty they had tried to avoid. Tamar gave birth to Perez. His name means breach, signifying the way he broke through the chaos to secure the lineage. When the entitled insiders failed, God bypassed them, using a widow to continue the promise. The Gospel of Matthew begins with a formal genealogy of Jesus, the definitive record of the bloodline. In this list, Ur is missing. Despite being the legitimate firstborn, his name does not appear in the record of Christ's ancestors. He is a historical blank space. In his place, the record lists Perez and Tamar. This proves that the lineage continued through the people Ur tried to exclude. The evidence shows that biological heritage is not a safeguard. Being born into the promise does not guarantee a permanent place in the record of the kingdom. The Book of Life is a record of faithfulness, not a static list of birthrights. Ur's story serves as a record of what happens when an individual exploits their spiritual privilege for personal gain. In the heavenly ledger, a place is kept through humility and perseverance, regardless of where the journey began.